to my channel. In today's video, I'm sharing with you 4 different types of appetizers for that game night or for any occasion, but great for the game day. So we're going to be sharing some cowboy caviar, warm and cheesy crack dip. We're also going to be stuffing some jalapenos and doing a homemade flatbread, but with the buffalo chicken. So make sure you stay tuned. And if you're stopping by for the very first time, hello, my name is Sonia, and I share all type of recipes made from scratch on this channel. So if this is something that you are looking for, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, and let's get cooking. Okay, so for this recipe, you will need 16 ounces of sour cream, which is approximately the whole pack. Then you're gonna need 8 ounces of cream cheese softened, so I've had this out for a while. A packet of ranch dressing mix. I made my own. I can link the recipe in the description box for you. And then 2 cups of cheddar cheese. I have a little bit more because I'm going to be using it for a different recipe. And also about 3 ounces of bacon bits. I have our homemade bacon that I cut up and cooked. So that's ready to go. And then for garnish at the end, you're going to need some green onions. So I'm going to mix all the ingredients together, and it's going to get baked at a 400-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. So I'm going to oil my baking dish just a little bit, so you can also spray it. So it is ready for the oven, and it's gonna go in for about 30 minutes for me because I am using a stone dish. This tasted absolutely delicious. If you've ever had the Epicurus 4 cheese dip, I think it's called, is very similar without all the fancy seasonings. For the next recipe, I am going to be making jalapeno poppers. A little bit different. I've shared a couple different recipes already on my channel. This one, I am going to be using 12 halved jalapenos. You just cut them in half, use a spoon to remove all the seeds, and that's it, and wash them. Then you also need another 8 ounces of cream cheese, 1 garlic clove minced, salt and pepper, 1/4 teaspoon each, and then 3 tablespoons of green onion, a cup of mild cheddar, and 6 ounces of cooked bacon. Again, I'm using the homemade bacon that I cooked. So I'm going to mix everything up and stuff the jalapenos, and then into the 400-degree oven it goes for about 18 to 20 minutes. bake the jalapenos in. So they're ready, and into the oven they go for about, again, I'm going to do 20 minutes because I'm using a stone. These were so good, and they were much easier to make than the ones that you stuffed and then wrap with bacon. A little bit less work on that part, but so delicious. For my next appetizer, I'm going to be making a flatbread, and for the dough you need 2¼ cups of flour. I have a mixture of all-purpose and whole wheat. You are gonna also need some oil, about 1/4 cup, 1 tablespoon of active dry yeast, and 1/4 teaspoon, or actually 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I will have all the recipes linked in the description as well, in case if you want the full recipe. So I'm going to go ahead and make my dough. I already have my bowl preheating with some hot water. I'm gonna dump that out and put my warm water and yeast to activate. So the bowl is nice and warm. I'm gonna dump the water out. I'm going to add warm water and yeast. Sprinkle it in. I'm going to combine it just so the yeast is wet. You don't want to overmix it. I'm going to let this activate for about I'm going to be adding the flour in now that the yeast had time to activate. I'm going to mix it with a spatula, and then I'm going to add my dough hook and knead it for about 5 minutes on a lowest setting. There's a bowl formed. I'm going to cover it and let it rest for about 5 minutes. So the dough is done. I'm going to split it in 2 and roll it out. To put my flatbread on the pizza pan, and I'm going to roll out the other one. gonna use some chicken. It's a pre-cooked chicken. You can use rotisserie chicken. You can bake your own chicken breast or a leftover chicken. Going to take some olive oil and brush it. Then I'm going to add Frank's Red Hot into the chicken and mix it up. I'm going to put it on top of the flatbread, about half and half. Now on one half I'm gonna put feta, on the other half I'm gonna put goat cheese. And you want to preheat the oven to 500 degrees. So they're ready to go in the oven. So this recipe was very easy to make, and your toppings are endless. You can make it as a pizza, you can make it more of a Mediterranean or a margarita style, really anything. So the next recipe, I'm going to be making cowboy caviar, and for this, I'm just going to... So for the next recipe, I'm making cowboy caviar, and for this recipe you need 1/3 of a cup of olive oil, then 1/3 of a cup of white vinegar, I have here 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, and also 1 teaspoon of salt, and then a juice of half a lime. So I'm gonna mix this up. Next, I'm going to be adding some tomatoes. I have a pound of tomatoes here. Then I'm gonna add black-eyed peas, a can of them, black beans, and some sweet corn. I'm going to drain these before I add everything in, and I'm also going to add red bell pepper, some red onion, and cilantro. want to let this sit for a while for all the flavors to blend. This tasted delicious with some corn tortillas or like chips, and it had a little bit of a kick, and you can also use it as a salad, and I think it would be a great thing to serve in summer because it tasted so fresh. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed these easy and delicious recipes. I love making my appetizers from scratch. I think there are so many choices here depending on the diet that you're on, like you're following. You've got low carb, you've got on a lighter side, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and I'll see you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.